What is up, citizens of Gotham? It is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021, a little after 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 10 o'clock on the East Coast, and wherever you're at, in wherever part of the world. It is Inauguration Day. We're going to get into that. Oh, let's make sure the hair's straightened out, huh? Got a rogue one. Okay, good. What's up, everybody in the chat? Hello. 114 people watching. Please hit the like button. Share this out on your social media. Like button, subscribe. I've got a delicious smoothie here. Mixed organic berry mix from the Costco, frozen. Organic unsweetened almond milk. A spoon of unsweetened organic peanut butter, literally just peanuts and salt. That's all your peanut butter should be. Vegan protein powder, well, not vegan, but doesn't need to be vegan, but protein greens. Yeah. And some aminos. What is up? Good smoothie. Been a busy day. Was on Ron Placone's show earlier today, then was on Endelie's inauguration show with Nick Brana, Steph Zamorano, and Chris Smalls, which was cool. Got to connect with Chris Smalls. I got his email info. We're going to have him on the show. Damn, I love a smoothie. Smoothies are so perfect. Frozen banana in here too. Forgot that. God, that's good. You're drinking guava soda. Hello, Graham. I'm Alan Lee. I'm planning to run for president in 2024. A good friend of mine suggested to check out your channel. What party are you with? Democrips and Rebloodlicans. Nice. Yeah, it was fun being on Ron's show today. I love doing Ron's show. I know, I got to get that kale product placement in. They pay me $10 million to drink their smoothies. That's why I live in a kale castle on some secret island. They fly me to. I have my own submarine. Who gives a shit? I do whatever I want. Boa noite. I was wondering if you'd be interested in conducting an interview. I'm planning to run independent, but I'm open to running for the People's Party or Green. Oh. We could maybe do an independent if you're as an interview. If you're running as a Democrat, I would say absolutely not. I've been bought by Big Kale. I live in a Big Kale castle. I have my own Formula One race car that's powered by kale. That's how rich I am. Kale is a gateway vegetable. I am going to get a brain freeze. All right, let's slow it down. When was the last time you ate meat, Graham? Boy, I don't know. I don't know the last time I ate meat. $19.53. No, I don't know. Randy Ria, what's up? Great way to support the show is do what Randy's doing, hitting the dollar icon button if you're in YouTube. If you're on Facebook, welcome. And Rockfin, welcome. Rockfin has a tip feature, and I will answer your question. Graham, just want to wish you a happy National Back to Brunch Day. Oh, yeah, it's all time back to brunch. It's I'm going to talk about the Biden inauguration, and we're going to show his speech. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to get into all that today. Who's going to get People's Party or Trump's Patriot Party? Who's going to get PP first? Oh, God. Sharif Snuggs, what's up, dude? Shave your knuckles for justice. Graham, we pushed Biden left again. The inauguration committee took more than $30 million in corporate donors. We did it. Build back better, baby. Oh, it's all, let's just go back to brunch, everybody. Go back to brunch. Go to sleep. Go back to brunch. Trump's gone. Bad man gone. Boogeyman gone. Go back to brunch. Everything. Biden's got it. Uncle Joe's got it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So check over on, we've got 105 likes. Share this out on your social media. All right. Uncle Joe cringes, yes. Oh, so bad. I got to finish this smoothie, and then I'm going to do this first segment. General strike, absolutely. J-Hope's ego, shave him, and drink down a smoothie. Patrick Leahy is in almost all the Batman films, political vigilante. Ooh, that's a good point. That is a good point. Biden talked in front of flags and 40 people out of over 100,000. Oh, keeps getting stuck. Oh, it's so good. Thoughts and brunches. You got one of these copper straws? They're good straws. What is that high-pitched noise? Yeah, I'm hearing it too. Oh, I got to find this. It's driving me fucking crazy. Hold on. Did that take care of it? Did that fix the high-pitched thing? Brothwaite, Bondsbears, Quack and Flash for Bocha. Democrats won't be approving any relief package until March. I know. That fixed it. All right, so it's this thing. Oh, it's this. All right, we got to fix that. That eliminates this. Now I got to play a sample clip. Graham could have a smoothie during Jimmy as product placement. A lot going on there. Yes, there is. Graham, any news when you might return to that studio? Oh, the studio that we were in like a year ago, where that the cool with Ron and the 3-camera shoot. I don't know. That's all closed, man. It's all closed. All right, let me. Sharif, save your knuckles for justice. AOC came to the protests in the Bronx today. Is the ruling class scared? Is that the signal? Could be. She's talking all tough. Oh, we need to fight and do all this other stuff. So we need to. They should be a little scared. I think they are a little scared, quite honestly. Let me play this. First of all, tell me if you can hear. If everyone can hear this. Do you hear this? Do you hear the clapping? This is the beginning of Biden's speech. We're going to show it in a sec, but I just want to make sure. I doubt they're scared. You hear Biden speaking?
Speaker Pelosi, Leader Schumer.
Not really well.
Leader McConnell, Vice President Pence, my distinguished guests, my fellow Americans. This is America's day. This is.
God damn it. All right. Now do you hear the clapping and everything?
Chief Justice Roberts, Vice
Nice
President Harris.
All right.
Joe Biden.
All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Rory Verardo, shave him, buddy. Are you familiar with Extinction Rebellion? Yes, I am. I'm co-founder of the New York City group, and I've been on Lee Camp's show, Chris Hedger Show, and others to discuss. Would love to chat with you if you're interested. Yeah, we'd love to have you on the show. I love talking about how we got to fix the environment But we're in the Paris Accord today, so problem solved. Thanks, Joe. Yeah. We're in the Paris Accord. Nothing more to worry about. That'll fix it. Yeah, Kamala is a police state dream. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Share this out. Hello, everybody over on the Rockfin. Derek Nicole Dice, Independent Left News. Osama number 5. What's up? Hey, Mares, what's up? How you doing? Honest question. How has your mood and energy level changed today? Personally, mine has gone from righteous outrage to depression. I mean, I'm glad Trump's gone. I think my mood was actually, you could summarize it by that photo of Bernie sitting alone, just like, a year ago. Speaking of that studio, a year ago, I was using that studio like once a week. And Ron would come on, we'd have Kim Iverson, Convo Couch, like Dave Anthony. We'd have all these people on in the studio. We'd show clips and we were talking about the Democratic primary. And I remember Ron saying, man, if Bernie's, we're going to the inauguration. And cautiously optimistic. Oh man, even with all the cheating, Bernie still won Iowa. He won New Hampshire, even with all the cheating. Oh, wait a minute. So, I mean, I'm glad Trump's gone, but I'm not excited about Joe Biden at all. And it is a little depressing because it's like, I mean, Lady Gaga, who's this, sexual assault survivor, is singing. Like, I guess she doesn't care about Tara Reid. She ultimately just cares about her career. I mean, and the military industrial complex is going to keep going. Wall Street's going to keep going. I don't know. I can't say I was like, I wasn't excited today at all. I was just sort of like, oh, great. Trump's gone. All right. I'm glad there wasn't crazy violence at the Capitol or capitals all over the country. I haven't heard. I mean, I'm sure there might have been little things, but I'm glad there wasn't some mass insurrection and gunfire and craziness. But, watching Joe Biden speak, he's not the sharpest guy mentally anymore. It's pretty obvious. So it's just like we're all being set up for Kamala, who's going to push in, more cop stuff and more war. And, we're going to be at war with Iran. That's going to happen. I don't see that. I don't see us avoiding that. Not with this crowd in there. Not with all these warmongers. Not like Avril Haines and, the Secretary of Defense is going to be this guy that was on Raytheon's board of directors. So I don't know. I don't see big changes coming. I don't. So yeah, they're going to go after immediate aggressor with Venezuela. That's what's going to happen. And the shithead vote any blue will do crowd will just make excuses for Biden and Kamala, and so I don't know. I don't like, breathe a sigh of relief. Trump's gone. Okay, fine. Now what? Like Ice Cube said, now what? Trump's gone. Now what? No, it's over. Now, like it's Trump's gone. The Democrats have the House and the Senate and the White House. Now what? So that's how I feel. Colton R. Dean, shave your knuckles for justice. Look into the special election in New Mexico, 1st Congressional District. Our Congresswoman is nominated to be Secretary of the Interior. Now there's an opening to nominate a progressive candidate. Well, let's hope, Colton. I mean, if it's a progressive Democrat, that's a lie. There's no such thing. The Democratic Party, it's never going to happen. But yeah. If it's a corp Democrat, if they're a Democrat and they're calling themselves progressive, they're not progressive because they'll get brought into the fold and they'll have to acquiesce just like the squad is doing, you know. So I don't know. Socialism is not a dirty word. You got that right. Well, let's do a segment. Let's talk about this, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Well, Biden got inaugurated today. He is now the president. And so what's going to happen? Because the Democrats have the House and the Senate and the White House. There's no more excuses. So Biden has signed all these executive orders today, but there's a couple he could have signed that he didn't. He could have pardoned Julian Assange. You don't have to wait till your last day as president to pardon people. He could do that on day one. That's what the People's Party said they would do. If they ever got a People's Party person in the White House, day one, they would pardon Julian Assange and Edward Snowden and Chelsea Manning and other people, you know, Leonard Peltier and a bunch of other whistleblowers. So Biden could pass. This is something I learned today from Nick Brana. He could have passed Medicare for all today on his first day because he could declare a national emergency, which we are in because of COVID-19, and say everybody gets free health care. But the health insurance lobby is not going to let him do that. So let's listen to Biden's speech and see what we hear in there, okay? Oh, shit, this idiot's gone. I am glad he's gone. But now we got to listen to Biden. So, yay, Trump's gone, and then this guy. And I got to be honest, I'm just watching today. I'm watching this speech. And then I watch Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi give him a present or whatever. And I'm just like, why are our government run by all of these old people? Like, you're done. Like, new rule. Once you're 70, I'm sorry.
Chief Justice Roberts, Vice President Harris, Speaker Pelosi, Leader Schumer, Leader McConnell, Vice President Pence, my distinguished guests, my fellow Americans.
Trump didn't show up. What a crybaby. Couldn't show up. Obama showed up to yours. You coked out crybaby.
This is America's day. This is democracy's day. A day of history and hope, of renewal and resolve. Through a crucible for the ages, America has been tested anew, and America has risen to the challenge. Today, we celebrate the triumph not of a candidate, but of a cause, the cause of democracy. The people, the will of the people has been heard, and the will of the people has been heeded. We've learned again that democracy is precious, Democracy is fragile. And at this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed. So now, on this hallowed ground where just a few days ago, violence sought to shake the Capitol's very foundation, we come together as one nation, under God, indivisible, to carry out the peaceful transfer of power as we have for more than 2 centuries. As we look ahead in our uniquely American way, restless, bold, optimistic, and set our sights on the nation we know we can be and we must be. I thank my predecessors of both parties for their presence here today. I thank them from the bottom of my heart. And I know the resilience of our Constitution and the strength of our nation, as does President Carter, who I spoke with last night, who cannot be with us today, but whom we salute for his lifetime in service. I've just taken the sacred oath each of those patriots have taken. The oath first sworn by George Washington. But the American story depends not on any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us, on we the people who seek a more perfect union. This is a great nation. We are good people. And over the centuries, through storm and strife, in peace and in war, we've come so far. But we still have far to go. We'll press forward with speed and urgency, for we have much to do in this winter of peril and significant possibilities. Much to repair, much to restore, much to heal, much to build, and much to gain. Few people in our nation's history.
To everything turn. That's what it's about. I like those. Is this inspiring anybody? 330 million people, and this is the best person we could come up with. I just like, this guy wrote the 94 crime bill. This guy eulogized a segregationist. This guy was vice president when Obama gave the banks $1 trillion and didn't prosecute anybody and let 6 million foreclosures happen. He was there letting this happen. Kamala Harris was busy as the attorney general, not prosecuting Steve Mnuchin. She could have. She had all the evidence. Mnuchin donated to her attorney general campaign. She didn't prosecute him. Then to return the favor again, he donated to her senatorial campaign. And then she returned the favor by nominating Steve Mnuchin Secretary of Treasury. So for all of the like, yay, get rid of Trump's evil band of people, we're bringing in warmongers, we're bringing in corporatists. Goldman Sachs has again got their people all inside of Biden's cabinet. Raytheon, Boeing, all of them. The oil lobby, I mean, Big Pharma, all of them. Let's listen to this in case you need to sleep.
Have been more challenged or found a time more challenging or difficult than the time we're in now. Once in a century virus that silently stalks the country. It's taken as many lives in 1 year as America lost in all of World War II.
Then why don't we have free health care? Something Joe Biden could sign by executive order. Oh yeah, did you know that? He could say, because of this is a national emergency, COVID is a national emergency. It's a global emergency, but he could say it's a national emergency, and therefore I'm giving free Medicare for all. Done deal. He could do that today. He could have done that today. He could wake up tomorrow and do it. But he's not going to, because he takes his marching orders from the healthcare lobby. That's why during the Democratic primary, he would sit there and go, how's Bernie going to pay for Medicare for all? How are you going to pay for it? The same way we pay for all the wars. And Medicare for all is actually cheaper than our current healthcare system. So I just want everybody who's all partying in the streets, we could have free healthcare today. Joe Biden could have said that today. Done, free healthcare. We're in a pandemic, 100-year virus. We can't have this crap anymore. He could also do student debt forgiveness. 85% of all college loans are through the federal government. So the president, through executive order, can just go, done. Forgive the loans. We don't even need tax money. Forgive the loans by executive order. Yep. Yes, he could do those things. What did he do today? Oh, we're back in the Paris Accord. And I was like, okay, great, fine. He put back in place all of the deregulation that Trump did. And I'm okay, great. And I said this is my problem with Joe Biden or any of the corporate Democrats that were running for the primary. Now he's going to get in. He's just going to put back in place all of the weak shit that was in there before Trump and they're going to claim victory. Victory. We did it. We're in the Paris Accord. No, we have climate collapse. People in Florida are already moving to higher ground. Homes up on hills, they're pushing people out. They're gentrifying those neighborhoods, and the real estate is going up in like neighborhoods in Miami and stuff like that. Because the beachfront property is going to be worthless pretty soon when your fancy mansion is under a foot or two of water. So that's what he's up against. And he's not. And so we got 100 days. And then already today, the Democrats and Republicans, they're making a deal with Mitch McConnell to work together. And they're saying, we're probably not going to sign his stimulus bill. It's not going to get put into place till March. So he's screaming about this 100 days. I'm going to get 100 million vaccines out in 100 days. We'll see. I did a story. He's wanting to do rent forgiveness in his stimulus plan. Okay, where is it? Not getting it till March? Oh, guess what? In 11 days, everybody's got to pay rent. And then in 28 days, they're going to have to pay rent again. And then in 30 days, they're going to have to pay rent again. On top of the 6 to 9 to 10 months or whatever people are back on their rent. And the landlords, who most of whom are small business owners, who haven't been paying their mortgages. So this centrist bullshit, this weak-ass centrist bullshit, here it is. Here's more of it. Here's the leader of weak-ass applesauce-eating centrist bullshit.
Millions of jobs have been lost. Hundreds of thousands of businesses closed. A cry for
trillions given to Wall Street under the CARES Act that both Democrats and Republicans signed for, voted for, whatever you want to say. That's not in a speech.
Social justice, some 400 years in the making, moves us. The dream of justice for all will be deferred no longer. A cry for survival comes from the planet itself. A cry that can't be any more desperate or any more clear. And now, a rise of political extremism, white supremacy, domestic terrorism that we must confront and we will defeat. To overcome these challenges, to restore the soul and secure the future of America, requires so much more than words. It requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy: unity. Unity. In another January, on New Year's Day in 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. When he put pen to paper, the president said, and I quote, "If my name ever goes down into history, it'll be for this act, and my whole soul is in it." My whole soul is in it. Today, on this January day, my whole soul is in this. Bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation. And I ask every American to join me in this cause. Uniting to fight the foes we face: anger, resentment and hatred, extremism, lawlessness, violence, disease, joblessness, and hopelessness with unity.
Perpetrated by the billionaire ruling class. Is he going to mention the fact that billionaires have had record profits during a pandemic while Americans wait in line for free food because they can't buy their own, because they're broke and starving and in debt?
We can do great things, important things. We can right wrongs. We can put people to work in good jobs. We can teach our children in safe schools. We can overcome the deadly virus. We can reward work and rebuild the middle class and make healthcare secure for all. We can deliver racial justice, and we can make America once again the leading force for good in the world. I know speaking of unity can sound to some like a foolish fantasy these days. I know the forces that divide us are deep and they are real. But I also know they are not new. Our history has been a constant struggle between the American ideal that we're all are created equal and the harsh, ugly reality that racism, nativism, fear, demonization have long torn us apart. The battle is perennial, and victory is never assured. Through Civil War, the Great Depression, World War, 9/11, through struggle, sacrifice, and setbacks, our better angels have always prevailed. In each of these moments, enough of us have come together to carry all of us forward. And we can do that now. History, faith, and reason show the way of unity. We can see each other not as adversaries, but as neighbors. We can treat each other with dignity and respect. We can join forces, stop the shouting, and lower the temperature. For without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury. No progress, only exhausting outrage.
The reason we have no progress is because the billionaire ruling class has extracted all the wealth for themselves and not shared it. Then they don't care about screwing over the environment. They don't care about people's education. They don't care about any of that. That's why we have this. Joe, just so we're clear.
No nation, only a state of chaos. This is our historic moment of crisis and challenge. And unity is the path forward. And we must meet this moment as the United States of America. If we do that, I guarantee you we will not fail. We have never, ever, ever, ever failed in America. We've acted together. And so today, at this time, in this place, let's start afresh. All of us. Let's begin to listen to one another again. Hear one another. See one another. Show respect to one another. Politics doesn't have to be a raging fire, destroying everything in its path. Every disagreement doesn't have to be a cause for total war. And we must reject the culture in which facts themselves are manipulated and even manufactured.
Like Russiagate? Like Russiagate. Is that what you're talking about, Joe? You mean like when for 4 years, rather than investigate the Democratic Party for cheating in its own primary, we screamed about Russia, Russia, Russia for 4 years? And there's still people even claiming, oh, what happened January 6th at the Capitol? Maybe Putin was involved? Shut up. Yeah, we're lemmings.
My fellow Americans, we have to be different than this. America has to be better than this. And I believe America is so much better than this. Just look around. Here we stand in the shadow of the Capitol Dome, as was mentioned earlier, completed amid the Civil War, when the Union itself was literally hanging in the balance. Yet we endured. We prevailed. Here we stand, looking out on the great mall where Dr. King spoke of his dream. Here we stand, where 108 years ago, at another inaugural, thousands of protesters tried to block brave women marching for the right to vote. And today, we mark the swearing in of the first woman in American history elected to national office, Vice President Kamala Harris. Don't tell me things can't change. Here we stand, across the Potomac from Arlington Cemetery, where heroes who gave the last full measure of devotion rest in eternal peace. And here we stand, just days after a riotous mob thought they could use violence to silence the will of the people, to stop the work of our democracy, to drive us from this sacred ground. It did not happen. It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever. To all those who supported our campaign, I'm humbled by the faith you placed in us. To all those who did not support us, let me say this. Hear me out as we move forward. Take a measure of me and my heart. If you still disagree, so be it. That's democracy. That's America. The right to dissent peaceably within the guardrails of our republic is perhaps this nation's greatest strength. Yet hear me clearly. Disagreement must not lead to disunion. And I pledge this to you. I will be a president for all Americans. All Americans. And I promise you, I will fight as hard for those who did not support me as for those who did. Many centuries ago, St. Augustine, a saint of my church, wrote that a people was a multitude defined by the common objects of their love. Defined by the common objects of their love. What are the common objects we as Americans love that define us as Americans?
War, people dying because they don't have health care, not giving a shit about the homeless. Is that, I'm sorry, did I interrupt?
I think we know. Opportunity, security, liberty, dignity, respect, honor, and yes, the truth. Recent weeks and months have taught us a painful lesson. There is truth and there are lies. Lies told for power and for profit. And each of us has a duty and a responsibility as citizens, as Americans,
to believe Tara Reid.
And especially as leaders, leaders who have pledged to honor our Constitution and protect our nation, to defend the truth and defeat the lies. Look, I understand that many of my fellow Americans view the future with fear and trepidation.
Because you assholes have ruined it. That's why. The climate's collapsing. We spend more money on war. 400,000 or 500,000 people have died because of COVID. Our government, not just Trump and the Republicans, the Democrats as well, don't give a damn about us. Is that why? I lost my home because I put faith in you and Obama 10 years ago. So I'm sorry if I'm a little cynical today. Okay, Trump's gone, but now we got a guy that's barely to the left of Reagan.
I understand they worry about their jobs. I understand, like my dad, they lay in bed staring at the ceiling, wondering, can I keep my health care? Can I pay my mortgage?
Then fucking give us free health care. Shut up. I'm so sick of this. Don't talk to me about health care unless you're going to give me free health care. Shut up. Shut up. It's real simple. Medicare for all. That's it. That's it. Shut up. All you stupid Democrats. Oh, Medicare, health, you're worried about losing your health. Then just give me free health care. Give the whole country free health care. You could do this. You could do this right now today. I'm so sick of hearing this crap. I'm sick to death of AOC. Shut up, you stupid crybabies. They're mean. Get out. You're worthless. Give me Medicare for all. Give me free health care or shut your mouth. Or tell me I'm corrupt. At least I take money. I'm a corrupt guy. I take money from the healthcare lobby. They're paying me not to give you free healthcare. At least tell me that. But don't tell me this fight for you crap. God, I'm so sick of this shit. We could have everything we want. America could be a cathedral to democracy. We could give freedom and we could be the shining light across the planet, but we haven't been because we've been hijacked by corporations that play puppet master to this idiot he's losing cognitive decline. So we traded out a rapist with an Adderall addiction for this guy who's also a rapist. First female vice president, first, person of color, vice president, female of color. Great. That's significant. That's a significant thing. Kamala Harris is awful. And all these idiots like Chink and those Pac-Man and these other shitbirds at these fake progressive channels. You better start pressuring this guy now, because let me tell you something, liberals. I don't want to hear it. You have no more excuses. Shut your filthy, stupid, voted blue mouths. Shut them. You have the White House, you have Congress, and because of what happened in Georgia, you have the Senate. You have no excuses. Don't give me obstructionist, filibuster. No. The vice president, who is Kamala, who is a Democrat, is the tiebreaker in the Senate. So you better pass a million things, because I've been here before, guys. In January of 2009, I was actually excited about Obama. I phone banked for him. He was going to help me keep my home. I wasn't excited about him as vice president back in 2008. I wasn't. I was like, okay, whatever. He's this career politician, but they needed to put some old white guy in the ticket to keep dumb old white people happy. Great, whatever. Who cares? But Obama, he's talking hope and change. So you have no excuses, liberals, crybaby, applesauce eating liberals. Don't pressure Biden. Wait till November. He won the election. Wait till he's inaugurated. Now, what are you going to say now? Wait till the midterms? No. Obama had the House and the Senate and this idiot for the first 2 years of his presidency and did nothing. More people are paying attention now. I'm not going to let up on this guy for a second, and neither should you, especially if you voted for him. So there's no more excuses. You can't blame Trump. You can't blame Russia. You can't blame the Republicans or Burn Bros or me and angry Jimmy Dore or Jill Stein. You can't blame. There's no more of your crybaby nonsense excuses. You have no more excuses. And all of you said, we're going to pull Joe Biden to the left. Well, you should start right now, because he could give you Medicare for all today. And he won't. You stupid centrists, you liberals, you fake lefty, crybaby liberal centrists, you're the reason we don't have good things. I used to call myself a liberal. Now it's a filthy, disgusting word. I'm an anti-war, pro-labor socialist. And the things that me and the radical left want are centrist ideas in Europe and industrialized nations. Free healthcare, they've had it for 70, 80 years. Free college, they have it. Social services. A friend of mine was in France last year, and there was like, did you notice there's no old people working? I was like, what? They're like, yeah, we take care of we don't let old people work. They're taken care of. Anybody in those countries working 2 jobs and donating money for plasma? No, they're not. And I'm so sick to death of don't get mad at AOC. She's one of our allies. No, she's not. I was a huge supporter of hers. I thought, oh man, this is the future. She's the future. No, she's not. It's just more identity politics. She didn't want to force the vote. And make it. You know, when the Republicans have control of everything, they don't give a damn what the Democrats think. You ever notice that? The Republicans are like, this might upset the Democrats. It's already started today. We're going to talk to Mitch McConnell. You should be like, sorry, Mitch. You parasite. I'm so sick of looking at Mitch McConnell and Pelosi and this old idiot and Schumer and all these old idiots. You're done. Get out of there. We're back in the Paris Accord. Okay. He got rid of the Muslim ban. All right. The Muslim ban was bad, but he bombed more Muslims than Trump did. So we're not going to ban Muslims, but we're going to keep bombing them. Mark my words, we will be in a real full-scale war with Iran before his first term is up. Mark my words. They're already talking, we got a Juan Guaido. These idiots, Juan Guaido is the official leader. No, you want their oil. We've been sanctioning Venezuela and Iran during this pandemic because they won't give us their oil. I can't listen to this bullshit. That's why I don't go on Facebook. Facebook is a bunch of idiot Gen Xers, my age group, and baby boomers saying the dumbest shit. Lesser of two evils is still evil.
About their family.
Shut up.
About what comes next.
Yeah.
I promise you, I get it.
Yeah. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Shut up. Don't tell me Scranton. Shut up. You don't get it. You don't know what I've went through. Have you been through foreclosure? Did somebody die because they didn't have health care? Like Justin Jackson's mom?
But the answer is not to turn inward, to retreat into competing factions, distrusting those who don't look like you. Or
you're a white guy, I'm a white guy. I don't trust you.
Worship the way you do, or don't get their news from the same sources you do. We must end this uncivil war that pits red against blue, rural versus urban, or rural versus urban, conservative versus liberal. We can do this if we open our souls instead of hardening our hearts. If
you did that. When Kamala Harris put 100,000 black men behind bars, what do you think that did for people's hearts and souls? When she was district attorney in San Francisco, she protected pedophile priests and said, we're doing it to protect the victims. And the head of a victims organization said, no, you're not. We want their names in public so everybody knows who these filthy pedophiles are.
We show a little tolerance and humility. And if we're willing to stand in the other person's shoes, as my mom would say, just for a moment, stand in their shoes. Because here's the thing about life. There's no accounting for what fate will deal you. Some days, when you need a hand. There are other days when we're called to lend a hand.
And we give $4.25 trillion to Wall Street and big banks like we did in the CARES Act.
That's how it has to be. Yeah. That's what we do for one another.
All right.
And if we are this way, our country will be stronger, more prosperous, more ready for the future. And we can still disagree. My fellow Americans, in the work ahead of us, we're going to need each other. We need all our strength to persevere through this dark winter. We're entering what may be the toughest and deadliest period of the virus. We must set aside politics and finally face this pandemic as one nation. One nation. And I promise you this, as the Bible says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. We will get through this together. Together. Look, folks, all my colleagues I serve with in the House and the Senate up here, we all understand the world is watching all of us today. So here's my message to those beyond our borders. America has been tested, and we've come out stronger for it. We will repair our alliances and engage with the world once again, not to meet yesterday's challenges, but today's and tomorrow's challenges. And we'll lead not merely by the example of our power, but by the power of our example.
by bombing poor people.
We'll be a strong and trusted partner for peace, progress, and security. Look, you all know we've been through so much in this nation. And my first act as president, I'd like to ask you to join me in a moment of silent prayer. Remember all those who we lost in this past year to the pandemic. Those 400,000 fellow Americans, moms, dads, husbands, wives, sons, daughters, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. We'll honor them for becoming the people and the nation we know we can and should be. So I ask you, let's say a silent prayer for those who've lost their lives and those left behind, and for our country. Amen. Folks, this is a time of testing. We face an attack on our democracy and on truth, a raging virus, growing inequity, the sting of systemic racism, a climate in crisis, America's role in the world. Any one of these would be enough to challenge us in profound ways. But the fact is, we face them all at once, presenting this nation with one of the gravest responsibilities we've had. Now we're going to be tested. Are we going to step up, all of us? It's time for boldness, for there's so much to do. And this is certain. I promise you, we will be judged, you and I, by how we resolve these cascading crises of our era. We will rise to the occasion is the question. Will we master this rare and difficult hour? Will we meet our obligations and pass along a new and better world to our children? I believe we must. I'm sure you do as well. I believe we will. And when we do, we'll write the next great chapter in the history of the United States of America, the American story. A story that might sound something like a song that means a lot to me. It's called American Anthem. There's one verse that stands out, at least for me, and it goes like this. The work and prayers of century have brought us to this day. What shall be our legacy? What will our children say? Let me know in my heart when my days are through. America, America, I gave my best to you. Let's us add our own work and prayers to the unfolding story of our great nation. If we do this, then when our days are through, our children and our children's children will say of us, they gave their best, they did their duty, they healed a broken land. My fellow Americans, I close the day where I began, with the sacred oath. Before God and all of you, I give you my word. I will always level with you. I will defend the Constitution. I'll defend our democracy. I'll defend America. And I'll give all of you, keep everything I do in your service, thinking not of power, but of possibilities, not of personal interest, but the public good. And together we shall write an American story of hope, not fear, of unity, not division, of light, not darkness, a story of decency and dignity, love and healing.
Then pardon Julian Assange.
Greatness and goodness.
And Edward Snowden and Chelsea Manning.
May this be the story that guides us, the story that inspires us, and the story that tells ages yet to come that we answered the call of history. We met the moment. Democracy and hope, truth and justice did not die on our watch, but thrived.
Well, billionaires have thrived. The American people are struggling. They're living on the street. They're dying. They're facing eviction.
America secured liberty at home and stood once again as a beacon to the world. That is what we owe our forebears, one another, and generation to follow. So, with purpose and resolve, we turn to those tasks of our time, sustained by faith, driven by conviction, and devoted to one another and the country we love with all our hearts. May God bless America, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, America.
So that's Joe Biden's inauguration, guys. He's the new president. Trump's gone. No more excuses, Democrats. No more excuses. They're going to make excuses. And it is our responsibility to pressure them immensely. And it is also our responsibility to hold those accountable that voted for Biden and won't hold them accountable. If you voted for Biden, if you voted for a Democrat, it is your duty. You should want to hold people you voted for more accountable more than someone you didn't. And if you give Biden a free pass and he does just a bunch of little incremental gestures, 4 years from now, the Republicans will put up somebody, yes, worse than Trump. How could they be worse than Trump, Graham? You give Trump with the word. Imagine an ideologue. Trump is not an ideologue. He's not smart. Trump's not a smart guy. He's failed upward his whole life. He's a spoiled rich kid. And he's just a narcissist. Imagine if an ideologue would have been in Trump's position. We would have had a real coup. An ideologue would have said, I'm not leaving power, and they would have had a legitimate coup. Trump not smart enough to do that. Somebody like, imagine a charismatic Mike Pence, who's a crazy evangelical, who can't have lunch with a woman because he's tempted by her boobs or whatever. I don't know why. Oh, how dare you bring your boobs to lunch? Like, what happens, Mike? Why can't you have lunch with a woman? So you think you can't be somebody worse than Trump? Oh, yes, there can. George W. Bush, he's the worst ever. And now everyone's all cuddly with him. Michelle Obama, everyone loves George W. Trump was awful. No two ways about it. He was just, though, the most vulgar version of what presidents have been doing. Did he sign an executive order to end all bombing today? No, we're still bombing. Bombs are dropping. We're bombing poor people right now. American tax dollars are bombing poor people. We don't have free health care, but we always got money for war. The Democrats in Congress have voted to approve all of Trump's war budgets, and each time he gets more money, and the Democrats have said no problem. The squad has done nothing other than a really strong tweets. Let me tell you something. Tweets can't get put into law. So the squad hasn't even like introduced a bill that was amazing and it's got voted down, but you could at least go, hey, they're trying. AOC's got 11 million Twitter followers. She's rallying them. No. So we need to protest the Democrats. We need to peaceful, nonviolent resistance, but make them uncomfortable. Show them the reality. The reality is no one's excited about Biden. The reality is more people voted against Trump than voted for Joe Biden. Trump was so awful, like, I'll vote for Biden. I don't care. So that's the reality. So he has very little time. And everyone's like, oh, don't be so hard on him. No. This is a global, like, don't pressure him. Wait. Like all the like Chank types. Wait. When? For the worst pandemic? For 60 million evictions? For 1 million people dead? For 40 to 50% unemployment rather than the 20-some% unemployment we got right now? Is that when we should do it? When? Wait till there's a bigger insurrection at the Capitol? When? Tell me when. America, if you were watching another country go through everything America's gone through just in the last 10 months, you go, this country is collapsing. So if him and these do-nothing Democrats, I hate both these parties. I hate them. I hate the Republicans. I hate the Democrats. They're all worthless. I'm sorry. Oh, let's be united. I'll unite on the fact that both of these parties are horrible. It's why we need a People's Party. Because in 2 years at the midterms, if he doesn't do anything, or it's just little incremental crap like this, and people are hungry and starving and living on the streets because they lost their homes and have been evicted, and all these small businesses have already closed, in 2 years, the Democrats won't have control of the House and the Senate anymore. They just won't. And the Republicans will go even harder to the right. They'll become more right-wing, more fascist, more crazy. And this dumb party has been following. The Democratic Party is basically what the Republicans were in the 80s. The Republicans have gone so far to the right, they're just out of control. And the Democrats have followed them. So we have no real resistance in this country. We have two parties that are basically the same. They both like war. They both are never going to give us health care because they're paid not to. Did you protest this summer for George Floyd or Jacob Blake? He wrote the 94 crime bill. And we all know what Kamala Harris has done. Do you think there's going to be radical changes in police departments? I don't know. They're only going to happen if we pressure them. Peaceful, nonviolent resistance, general strikes. There's no more excuses. There's no wait. It's time. Wait for the wait. No. There's no more waiting. There's no more waiting. No more waiting. Vote any blue will do. You Democrats, it's over. The crybaby bullshit is done. He's in power. So are the Democrats. And if they acquiesce to the Republicans, they're weak. The Republicans never do that. They never go, gee, I hope this doesn't upset Democrats. Jam down every lefty and AOC in them. If you don't do your jobs, get out. Just quit. Go make dance videos or something. If you don't have the backbone to get this done, then get out of there. If you're going to use your celebrity to actually make change like you said you were going to, like all the people that voted for you to get you into office and supported you, little shows like mine or Jimmy's got a bigger show, said vote for AOC. We all said vote for AOC, donate to her campaign. This is critical. We all said this. So I'm not excited about today. I'm glad Trump's gone, but now what? More mealy mouth speeches like that? Executive order, we could have Medicare for all today. Could have happened already. Could have student debt forgiveness today. You got a student debt bill that's tough and making your life challenging because you lost your job and you're on unemployment and money's tight and blah, blah, blah. He could have done that today and he didn't. Could have given you free healthcare today and he didn't. And now collusion with the filthy Republicans, we might get a new stimulus bill in March. Oh, great. Support the show, folks. Spend the next 4 years listening to idiot liberals defend these morons because they're stupid. They've been propagandized. They're dumb. They're dumb. If you vote for the lesser of two evils, you're dumb. I'm sorry, you're dumb. You're dumb. I know college-educated people that do this. Okay, there's your lesser of two evils. Now go back to brunch. Is that what you're going to do? Because he's not going to make your life better. He's going to give you little table scraps, just enough to shut you up and get you back to brunch. Get you back to TikTok. Making funny dance videos, but not political ones. And they're going to pass a new Patriot Act because of what happened to the Capitol. And rather than just targeting like neo-Nazis, they're going to make anyone a domestic terrorist. Oh, Greta Thunberg's now a domestic terrorist. She's a terrorist. Sunrise Movement's a terrorist. Chris Small's organizing a strike against Amazon. Oh, he's a domestic terrorist. Stuff like that's going to happen. When it happens under Joe Biden, are you going to sit there and go, well, at least he's better than Trump? Because if I hear, well, at least I don't want to hear, at least Trump's gone. I don't want to hear his name anymore. He's gone. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But at least the Trump is a big. No. I want change now, today. Fix it. We are in a disaster. This country is collapsing. The climate is collapsing. Fix it. I want solutions right now. I don't want tweets. I don't want anything else. I don't want dancing. I want fix it. I want bills that make my life better. I went to the dentist today. I don't have dental insurance. I have Obamacare, which is barely, it barely covers anything. So the dentist office, great staff. They did a great job. They had plexiglass. They had clearly spent all this money to make their office as safe as possible during COVID. A great team of people. I don't begrudge this dental office at all, but I don't have dental insurance. So it's $230 some bucks today to get x-rays and a consultation with the doctor. I got to come back next week for the cleaning. That's $100, 105, I think. So I'm going to be about $340 into just a routine new patient with a new dentist, $340. I can afford it. He could have given me free dental care today, and he didn't. Just like when him and Obama let the bank steal my home and 6 million people's other homes. So I'm not celebrating today. I'm not celebrating. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. Liberals are the problem. Liberals are the problem. They get in the way of us doing really good things. Yeah, the conservatives say awful things, this white nationalists, but white nationalists don't have any real power. They're a handful. They're bad, they're dangerous, but they don't have real power. If liberals were to actually join true people on the left, we could have everything we want. If liberals would spend half as much time holding the Democratic Party accountable as they do getting mad at progressives like me. Graham, don't be too hard on Joe Biden. Shut up, you stupid, soulless, whiny, weak crybabies. Okay? Go change your diaper, get a new baba, and let the adults actually hold politicians accountable. Okay? Thanks for watching. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom! That's right in your face. Boom! Right like that. Hit the like button, everybody. We've got 531 people watching, 393 likes. Let's get the likes up to 400. Let me find some super chats that I missed. Progressive, thank you for the tip on Rockfin, my friend. Graham, new character idea. Grandpa Platitude. Oh, yeah, I just don't have a lot of patience. Graham trying hard not to go over the PG rating. I'm trying to swear less. I'll be really honest with you, because YouTube, that's a thing they use against you. You know? Breathweight, Bone Spurs, Quackenbush 4. Boom, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. If you haven't seen it already, you should watch Rules for Rulers. It's on YouTube. All right, good to know. Sharif Snug, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. I tweeted this earlier. A Florida doctor died after taking the vaccine. I'm just saying. Yeah, I know, man. I heard some senior citizens died in Norway. I want to know more information. Did they have a pre-existing condition? Did they have some type of pre-existing thing that had an adverse reaction to the vaccine? Because I know people that have taken, a friend of mine's wife has taken both. She works in healthcare and she's taken both shots. You know, the first one, whatever, 3 weeks ago, and then just took her second one. Felt a little sick for 24 hours and then felt better immediately. So she's had no adverse reactions. I've known several people. Another friend of mine has taken it. So, but we should investigate it and know what's up. That, you know, Mark Peterson, besides words, what in the hell did he say? Platitudes Inc. Yeah, more platitudes, man. That's what we get. At least those platitudes are going to help me. You know, those platitudes can reimburse me for my dental bill today. Oh, they won't. And I have the money to do it. But think about all the people. Like, if money was tight, I'd be like, I can't go to the dentist. I can't afford to go to the dentist. Or maybe I would have to go to some discount dentist. Like, I researched, I found the best one with the best Yelp reviews, a nice clean office, up-to-date equipment. So the choices either be, if I didn't have the money, put it on a credit card. Oh, great. Now I get to pay 20-some% interest. Oh, what a great deal. That would have been a choice if I didn't have the money. not go, which isn't good for my long-term health, or go to like a lesser dentist, like say, oh, they got some $80 new patient deal. All right. In some dirty, weird office or something. Maybe it's clean. Hope it's nice. Oh, they got a 3-star Yelp review. Well, I can't afford the 5-star place, so I got to go here. Those are the options. Thanks, Joe Biden. Crunch Factory, shave your knuckles for justice. Democracy has prevailed. We are so screwed. Sharif Snug, shave them. Joe Biden sounds like a Dr. Seuss children's book. Redfish, bluefish. LMFAO. A sneaker is a show. A sandwich is food. Green means go. Red means stop. Redfish, bluefish. That was a nice bedtime story, a Dr. Seuss reading. Oh, I will not give you Medicare for all in a hat. I will not give you Medicare for all with a cat. I will not give you healthcare here. I will not give you healthcare there. Democrips and Republicans. Mr. Elwood, should we abolish the electoral map? I would love to get rid of the electoral college. Sharif Snuggs, America never failed. Yeah, that's I don't even know how to respond to Joe Biden saying that. That was preposterous. Preposterous. Madeline, shave your knuckles for justice. Can anyone in Big Kale announce a general strike for Medicare for all? The media censors us. JD experiment results. The progressive squad can't be bothered. Yeah, I know. Annalise Garcia, what's up, Annalise? I was on her show earlier today. Thank you for putting that together, Annalise. It was really cool to talk. Nick, I love always hearing Nick Brana. My first time interacting with Chris Smalls, who I just know from afar of his work as an organizer. Got mad respect for him. It's great seeing Steph on the show. No more waiting. Time to fight. Peoplesparty.org. Yeah, People's Party is what we need right here, right now. Jim Garrison, shave your knuckles for justice. Boom, 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 boom. Ba 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 boom. Nima P. Azar, shave your knuckles for justice. Graham, you are right about liberals. The liberals in the Labor Party are the ones who sabotaged Jeremy Corbyn in the UK. Of course they did. Of course they did. Oh. Emblem Fate, shave your knuckles for justice. Kamala isn't history. U.S. hasn't done this. Kamala isn't history. U.S. has done this before. Find an Afro person who disliked black people. This is just standard colonialism. Yeah. Yep. JX, shave your knuckles for justice. Many Dems would tell you need 60 votes to bypass a filibuster. What they don't tell you is that just a simple majority can abolish the filibuster. They have no excuse if they don't deliver. Yep. More lies that they tell us. Natalie Williams, what's up, Natalie? Shave your knuckles for justice. 451 likes. Let's get that up to 500. Send your unpaid medical rent and mortgage payments to the White House. K-Mac the Great. Boom. Please make it stop. I know. Marathon Man, Pearl Moss. You're making Gotham great again. I have a hunch Team Biden is banking on getting people vaccinated quickly so they can say there's no need for additional stimulus checks. Failed state. Yep. Adam Ross, I just threw up and shit. Oh, Toonsy, he said duty. Toonsy again, shave him. Zero policies and infighting of platitudes. Yep. Hey, Mares, what's up, Anna? Someday that speech will be used to educate young dissidents in a horrifying fashion. Oh. Yes, that's true. Sharif Snuggs, what's up, dude? America is not a failed state. It's a working according to plan. Yeah, that's correct. It's a failed state for us, but it's working great for the ruling class. They're like, this is perfect. They're fighting with each other. The 99% are fighting with each other, so they're not coming after us. It's a great plan. 6875 NYC. Obrigado, Graham, por tudo e que você faz. Oh, muito obrigado por você também. É ótimo. Bem-vindo ao meu YouTube show. Boa noite e muito gosto. Eu quero vai para Brasil. E sente falsa Brasil. Brasil. Muito bonita praia em Brasil. Pau de queijo. Eu gosto. Essa esposa brasileira, mas ela é minha amiga, sempre minha amiga. E gosto a cultura do Brasil, e praia, e cidade, e brasileiros, muito. North American Ape, shave your knuckles for justice. Love you, Graham, but don't put us through this kind of torture again. I'm sorry. I apologize to you and all of the viewers. That joint felt like a 3-hour long movie consisting of just buzzwords and platitudes. I'm sorry. I apologize to all of you. To all the good citizens of Gotham, I'm sorry for making you watch too much of that Biden speech. Pay those bills with platitudes. Platitude lives matter. Yes, they do. Thank you. I didn't mean to platitude shame. Kinky2, what's up, Kinky2? Are you shaving your knuckles for justice? Hey, Graham, how can we go out to brunch now when we're in lockdown? I want a Biden mimosa. Oh. Yeah, what I paid is cheap compared to that, I know. Go down to Bob's Dental Shack. Yep. Good prices over at Bob's. Get a coupon book. This dentist always did a great job, by the way. The doctor was very thorough. He explained everything. I mean, everything was really cool. I have no complaints with this dental office, and this is what it costs, and they have a big overhead. And again, they spent all this money on, you pulled up in your car and you called them and they'd come out and you'd fill out the form. Like, they did everything they could to minimize COVID, like really felt so super safe and clean. And I felt very good about all of it. It's just that our system is so broken. I'm speaking. Yeah, that was me speaking Portuguese. Army of all, shave your knuckles for justice. History, U.S. 1937, 4,300 rolling strikes. 13.5 million hours of labor destroyed, capitalists brought to knees, FDR willing to do as workers demanded. General strikes, man, shut it down. Shut it down. Peaceful nonviolent resistance. You got to hurt their pocketbook. All they care about is money. That's all they care about. So if you make it hard for them to make money, they've made record profits during a pandemic. You and I are barely getting by. There's people lining up in cars for hours for free food. There's people facing eviction. There's people who have been evicted. There's people living in their cars. There's people living on the street. There's people like living on someone's couch. That's the best alternative to car and street. But the billionaires have done great, man. They've had a great pandemic, man. It's just making it rain pandemic style for the billionaires, baby. Gold Perry, what's up, Gold Perry? Graham, are you taking the vaccine? For me, I'm cautious to take something coming from the medical industrial complex. Eventually, I think I will, but I'm going to wait and see. I want to see if it's safe, if it's okay. It won't be offered to me anyway for a while. In Los Angeles, they're rolling it out. Frontline workers have already gotten it, apparently, frontline medical workers. And now they're rolling it out to people over 65. So we'll see, man. I mean, and I want to see what the results are like, because apparently the vaccine doesn't mean you can't get it. You can still get COVID. It's just not as severe and it won't hospitalize you. I want to see these numbers. If like hospitalizations and deaths really start coming down once we have mass inoculations, then I'll believe it and I'll trust it. But if numbers come down and you got more people sick and dying, and I don't want to see any of that. But if that happens, then I have a hard time trusting it. I talked to a friend of mine that works for a pharmaceutical company, and she's like, yeah, I trust it. She goes, I'm going to take it. I talk to people that work in this industry, I talk to scientists and stuff, and I'm going to get Dr. Victoria Dooley on the show to talk about it, to explain what it is for us. Because I want to know more about it. Ultimately, I want to take it. I want it because I want things to open up. I want to go back on the road. And I want to go to other countries. And I'm pretty sure most countries are going to say, you can't come in this country. You can't get on a plane unless you can prove you've been vaccinated. So, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I mean, it won't be offered to me anyway, but I'm going to wait. But great question. Great question, lady. Great. Hey, where are ya? Cindy Pachinsky, what's up, Cindy? How you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Hope you've got nice polished knuckles. You're lucky you got so many likes, especially considering the torture you just put us through. I'm sorry, Cindy. I apologize. 474 likes. Come on, get those over 500. Boom, 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 boom. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. Thank you, Chris, over on the Rockfin for the tip. That's a blockchain cryptocurrency tip. What's up? Hi. The neo-lib Dems will continue to deflect and blame the Republicans, even though they control every branch now. The Senate has the 60-vote filibuster so that nothing can ever get done except Romney Care and 60 continuous years of passing the military-industrial war complex budget. The puppets will always do the mental gymnastics and have an excuse not to give the 98% what they deserve as humans. Occupy. You got that right. Yep. Thank you, Chris. And thank you to everybody watching over on the Rockfin. And what's up to everybody over on Facebook? $4.80 for the Ray token, baby. Yeah, Graham got me into crypto. Thanks to crypto, mainly Rockfin and crypto taking off and me getting more involved in it and investing and moving some of my Ray to Bitcoin and keeping some and all this stuff, I now actually have a little bit of a shot at a retirement because my retirement was taken away from me by the banks thanks to Bush and Obama. So now, thanks to mainly Rockfin and all of you supporting me on Rockfin, I paid off my credit card debt and I'm building up a crypto portfolio. That'll hopefully be my retirement, So I've been saying this. I cannot say this enough. Do your own research. I have a little crypto channel. There's some interviews, but pay attention. Go get your own information, do your own research, and start investing if you can. I cannot say that enough because it's like, that's the way to get yourself out of the central banks, the servitude of the central banks. They want you in debt. They want you working some crappy job, and you get involved in crypto, man, you have a shot at getting out of it. And they know that. That's why they're trying to regulate it and stop and everything, which they can't. Juan Andres, what's up? Love your Scottish accent, Letty. Who do you see as the next possible face of the progressive movement to possibly run in 2024 and challenge the establishment? I think it's going to come out of the People's Party. I mean, that's their plan. I had Nick Brana on the show. I don't know what it was, 3 weeks ago, maybe. And that's the People's Party plan. They're going to run candidates for the House and the Senate and the midterms, and then run a candidate in 2024. I think they have some people in mind. They're just not talking about it yet. I know they need some big defections. What we're hoping for is Nina Turner wins. She's running as a Democrat because there's no People's Party in Ohio. And when she wins, she'll convert to People's Party. And that defection will be huge. We need some big defections. We need some people like that. I don't think the squad will, because they like taking, fancy photo shoots and $1,000 pantsuits on Vogue with Mama Bear. But Maybe Tulsi will. I don't know. She seems still too beholden to the Democratic Party. Bernie won't. I know he won't. Because he'll just be an independent, but he won't join the People's Party. It'll take somebody like that. I don't know. Maybe they'll get Jesse to run. I have no idea. Bitcoin is dropping by the dip. I would agree with that. Ray Foley, what's up, dude? How's everything in the Windy City, my friend? I hope you're well. Protesting the murderous war in Yemen next Monday with Code Pink and others, including Alderman Byron Lopez downtown. Check your email for me. Oh, awesome. Right on. Folks, that's a protest you might want to join if you're in the Chicago area, and maybe we can get that going in a bunch of different cities. Yeah. We're still bombing all these countries. Now Biden and Harris are doing it. And the first secretary, black, defense, first national security advisor, Avril Haines, pro-torture, pro-war. Just keep the pressure on them. Hey, Mares, what's up? Do you remember what the sand additive was called? Oliveria. Need to focus and research something positive. Yeah. So what Amaris is talking about, this is a story I did several months ago. God, it might have been over the summer. I can't remember. Oliveria is this mineral that is readily available on the planet. It's very abundant. And they did some research that if you put it on the sand, on sandy beaches, it basically pulls CO2 out of the air and buries it under the ocean, right? In the sand under the water, right? Which is a process that naturally occurs, but it takes about 1,000 years. Putting this mineral on the sand, it does it in about 2 years. So okay, great. We're back in the Paris Accord. We need a Green New Deal. We need stuff like that. We need to put Americans at work doing that. See, putting that on every beach in America, all along the West Coast, all through the Gulf states, all along the East Coast, we could drastically reverse climate collapse. That's going to take people to get it, to mine it, to distribute it, to scientists, workers. That's a lot of American jobs. That's what a Green New Deal can do. Right? I've talked about the algae that pulls CO2 out of the air. There's these naturally occurring things. They just need mass money and mass adoption and mass production, which again creates a lot of jobs. So the Paris Accord, we're going to raise gas mileage standards. Too late. It's too late for that. The climate is collapsing, and AOC knows this. She was the one screaming from the top of her lungs when she got in 2018, when she was running for office, and then after she won, of talking about a Green New Deal. And then she's like, I'm okay that Biden doesn't want to ban fracking. I'm okay with it. I'm not. Fracking poisons water. It contaminates water supplies. It causes earthquakes and explosions. It is horrible. And we shouldn't be doing it in any way, shape, or form. But Graham, you're going to take away fracking jobs. Yes. And give them better jobs. Mining Oliveira. So, AOC, do the thing you said you were going to do rather than acquiesce to Mama Bear. You weak crybaby sellout. Is that too mean? Am I being too harsh? Sorry, I played sports growing up, so I had people screaming at me. Coaches grabbing me by the face mask going, Elwood! And I wasn't like, that's violent. I was like, I better get my shit together. Because this coach wanted me to do what I said I was going to do. I wanted to join the football team. I wanted to be a starter. I wanted us to win. I wanted to work hard as a team. And so when I was dogging it or not doing my job or was making mistakes, he yelled at me because that was his job. And he wasn't mean. He didn't have it out for me. He wanted to win because of when we lost. He actually got fired the year after I graduated because he wasn't winning. Because I played in Chicago high school football. It was pretty pressure packed for high school. So if I was a politician and I wasn't doing what I said I was going to do, and a comedian on YouTube said, said F Graham Elwood, I wouldn't go on Twitter and go, that was mean. I'd go, man, I better quit dogging it. I better pull it. I better get my shit together is what I would say to myself. I wouldn't go, they're mean. Me. You think Steven Jack? I could go on for hours. Jackasses. Emblem fade. Shave your knuckles for justice. Did you see CNN talk about controlling thought? A U.S. that only thinks like CNN sucks. I'd rather have a million horned MAGA bros than that. A million horned MAGA bros. Oh, God. No, I know. We're just going to, the liberals just going to sit by and let censorship happen and let anyone's going to be called a domestic terrorist. Am I going to be called one? Is Jimmy going to be called one? Because we want to force the vote for Medicare for all. We don't want 60,000 people to die because they don't have health insurance. Oh, we're domestic terrorists now? Is that going to happen? Could. Very easily. Leftover beefcake. Please sing Come Together for the ending karaoke and the challenge to fit in as many empty platitudes into the lyrics as you can. Oh. Oh, I'm a permanent single woman. That's funny. Christopher Stasior. Shave your knuckles for justice. Vegan guns for truth. Hope everyone's got a hearty appetite for 4 years of marginal victories that will mean practically nothing for the working people. Yum. Yes. Aren't you hungry for marginal victories? It's like you're really hungry. You've been working out and walking and you're starving and somebody gives you like a couple of those like crackers that have peanut butter in them and like half a glass of water. And you're like, okay. And it takes away your just crushing hunger for about 9 minutes. And they go, well, at least it's better than starving. And you're like, yeah, but you have all this food over there. You can give me a full meal. Yeah, it does not. Don't be so performative. James Miller. Hello, James. Check out VeShane VET. It'll be the next Ethereum. Enterprise blockchain as a solution, partnered with Walmart, BMW, and many more. Yeah, that's good. There's all these altcoins out there that I'm researching. Like I got into Litecoin because PayPal is going to be using Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin. So that's what's going to make cryptocurrency go up. Is right now there's still only like 3 or 4% of the population has money in crypto. And all this institutional money's been coming in all summer, right? And when everyone's using crypto, that's when the prices are all going to go through the roof, man. You're totally right, James. Thank you. Song request, turn back time. $6,875 sync. Shave your knuckles for justice. Eu tenho você no Rockfin também, Graham. Obrigado. Oh, muito bom. Muito obrigado, amigo. Talvez amiga, não sei. Muito obrigado. I like Rockfin as well, Graham. I think I'm reading that correctly. Are we supposed to ask questions? Yeah, you certainly can. That's why I'm answering them. If I can turn back time. Creep Radiohead is Pelosi. Hi, my creep. I'm a weirdo. Granny Petrol, born in the USA. If I can find a way. 503 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely love it. All right. Chris again. Thanks for the tip on Rockfin, my friend. Shave your knuckles for justice. As a teacher and coach, I will be getting the vaccine when it is available to my school district for my age range. It kills me to see how many kids are falling behind, especially the ones from socioeconomic backgrounds that are impoverished. The isolation, even more screen time, and all the predators out there concern me for the safety of children in Zoom-only times. We need the arts and sports. Absolutely true, Chris. God, that's so true. Chris, again, thank you so much on Rockfin, brother. I played high school football in the central San Joaquin Valley of California as well, and a few years of junior college football. The things I have heard and seen, sports is not all bad, though. You can tell the men and women that coach and play the sport for the love of the art and brotherhood and sisterhood. Time to call out the fraud squad in all facets of life. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I like people that play male or female that play team sports, because, man, you get a whip, you get like, you got to toughen up a little bit and you get yelled at. And if you have good coaches, they're doing it because they want you to do well, especially at the youth level and even in the high school level. There's a little more pressure in certain high school levels, but they want you to succeed. They want you to learn this. And they knew, look, I knew, most of my teammates knew I wasn't even going to get a Division I scholarship. I wasn't going to go pro, but it was good teamwork. I learned all these valuable lessons playing team sports, so I've trained martial arts. I've sparred with women and men. Like, there's a strength that comes from that. And you got to be able to take criticism. And if you're in Congress and you can't handle criticism from your own base, because it's just like, ugh, insane. Graham likes to play Frogger on the freeway. Graham, check out Crypto Mobster on YouTube. He's a fantastic crypto guy. I'm on his Telegram group too. He's very informative. Oh, good to know. That's a good show. I watch Altcoin Daily. I watch The Moon. I watch Crypto Casey are the ones I watch, but I'll add that one. And then I watch Max Kaiser because he talks a lot about Bitcoin. I watch Boom Bust on RT. I watch, and if you're really new and don't know much about it, I always recommend the Bitcoin.com YouTube channel. They literally have a Bitcoin 101 playlist. It's real simple and straightforward. It's very much helped me because I needed to be spoon fed because I was like, what? Digital crypto, huh? But thank you for that. Can you buy anything with Bitcoin? Well, there's certain online. Look, Craigslist has a do you accept crypto when you're selling things? Because I sold some things over the summer and you could do that. There's some places online you can buy directly with Bitcoin. There's also the exchanges, many of them like Coinbase. You can link it to a bank account and cash out and use the cash. Some of the exchanges are starting to develop Visa debit cards. So let's say, I'm just going to pick a round number. Let's say you have $10,000 in Bitcoin in one of these exchanges. You can have a debit card linked to it and go out and buy stuff doing that. That's what's coming from all these exchanges now. And it's a lot easier to convert it into dollars or whatever currency you want to convert it to. My diving instructor at high school was the former football coach. He would yell at us so that we wouldn't drown. Sometimes you need a little motivation. Yeah, man. Like drill instructors in the military are yelling at you so you don't die or kill the people in your unit. Sniff coin, is that Biden's coin? Elio Trades is my favorite altcoin channel. Cool. Sniff coin. Whoops. Oh, Humboldt State University, HSU. Nice. Kate, our moderator. Yeah, Kate's also bringing up the fact that my documentary, Graham Goes to Russia, is now available. If you're a $10 donor on Patreon at patreon.com/Graham Elwood, or a Rockfin premium member, which is also $10 a month, rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. On Rockfin, it's broken up into two parts, but it's cool. If I can find a way. Annabelle Corley, what's up, Annabelle? How's everything down under? I read a thing in The Guardian that they're saying they might not open up Australia to international travel till like 2022. That like broke my heart. I was like, oh, come on. Annabelle, I cannot listen to anyone with intent unless it's in the car park next to landscaping place across from the porn shop. The landscaping place. Four Seasons Landscaping. Yeah, next to the porn shop. It's like the Four Seasons Hotel, but different. The Russia doc, I didn't show the Russia doc a year ago. I showed you clips of it, but the full doc just finished. I just finished it Friday. Thank you. You rock. I was down to your favorite Oz Beach on Christmas. Oh, nice. Part 2 is Graham goes to Russia and fights the KGB. Yeah, that's it. It's like a Bond movie. Mr. Bond. Yeah, there's like a red wire, blue wire. We don't know which one to clip. That's nuts. All right, kids. If the Aussies say 2022, I am sad, but I trust their doctors. Thanks, Norquay Jute. All right. I'll sing the Cher song as Shatner. Yeah, I got to go. I got to get dinner. I'm hungry. It's late. It's late. All right. All right, let's do that. Hold on. Hit the like button. And if you're new to the show, hit the subscribe button. Oh, I can't. Sorry. I was going to do this Epstein Les Wexner story. I can't do it right now. I'm going to do it later. All right. I'm going to we're going to sing a song and I'm going to go. Oh, that's not what I pressed. We're 34,300 subscribers. We got to get this to 75,000. I just don't know why this is such a difficult thing. All right.
Created the slum and the ghetto that you're living in. Nothing but a debt.
And since the American white man has used his control over the press and over the textbooks.
Okay, hold on. If I can turn back in time. If I can find a way. As Shatner, ladies and gentlemen.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can.
Yeah, I would have done more segments today, but I had to do the 2 shows and I'm just like a little wiped. All right.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, Spawn, if I take back those words that hurt you, and you'd say, like when we slingshot around the planet, I don't know why I did the things I did. I don't know why I said the things I said. Pride's like a knife, it can cut deep inside. Words are like weapons, they wound sometimes. I didn't really mean to hurt you. I didn't want to see you go. I know I made you cry, but baby, if I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words that hurt you and you'd stay. If I could reach the stars, I'd give them all to you. Then you'd love me like you used to do. If I could turn back time, my world was shattered. I beamed down. I was torn apart like someone took a knife and drove it deep into my heart like a phaser. You walked out that door, I swore that I didn't care. But I lost everything, darling, then and there. Too strong to tell you I was sorry. Too proud to tell you I was wrong, but I could write a song. And darling, if I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words that hurt you and you'd stay. If I could reach the stars, I'd give them all to you. This is how we love our life. Then you'd love me like you used to do. If I could turn back time, I'd stop those Klingon bastards from killing my son. If I could turn back time, oh, baby. I didn't really mean to hurt you. I didn't want to see you go. I know I made you cry. But if I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd take back those words that hurt you. If I could reach the stars, I'd give them all to you on a 5-year mission to boldly go where no man has gone before, if you know what I mean. If I could turn back time, I'd love me like you used to do. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way to beam down into your heart, to take down the shields and fly Warp Factor 5 back into your sweet arms. If I could turn back time. This was written by a bunch of my ex-girlfriends. Not that I owe them an apology. They owe me. They blew it. You blew it. You could be living with me in my awesome life by the beach, but you blew it. Brr, you blew it. If I could find a way. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you, everybody, to watching the show. We had over 500 likes. I love it. We had a nice turnout this afternoon. If I could find a way, if I could turn back time. Thank you for the stream, everybody. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Biden's the president. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Trump's gone. Yay, Trump's gone. So now we just got to spend the next 4 years holding Biden accountable. And I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to be just a typical corporate Democrat. I'd love to be wrong. But we got to keep the pressure on, and we really got to focus on general strikes and labor movements and pressuring. Like Sharif is talking about protesting outside of AOC's office. Yeah, you should. Peaceful, nonviolent protests. We want free healthcare. We want it now. We're your base. We voted for you. Where is it? Don't let them off the hook. Anybody says, but Trump, yeah, Trump's gone. We're done. Moving on. This is the things we need now. I don't want to hear Trump or Republican. I don't want to hear it. Let's go. Right now. So, thanks, everybody. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for supporting the show. Again, please subscribe to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood or patreon.com/Graham Elwood. At the $10 level, you get to watch. And I'm going to leave it behind a paywall for a while because that's smart. Yeah. What does Sam say? America has a new boyfriend that cheats, but he doesn't beat you like your last boyfriend. So just take it. Yeah, he cheats and he's kind of a dick, but he doesn't beat me, so it's okay. That's basically my last relationship. The person was mean and cheated and did drugs and was awful. This one just cheats, so yay. All right, everybody. If I can turn back time. Thank you to everybody that makes this show possible. Kate, our moderator. Sammy, you've never met her, but she does a lot of that posting. She does all the posting of the video, the editing and the posting of the videos that get put up on my channel with the graphics and the title and the thumbnails. Sammy does all that. She's awesome. She's been working with me for years. So thank you, everybody who helps make the show possible.
and just for coming out and supporting what we do, man. I hope this is a cool, safe space for everybody to not feel crazy, because the MAGA and the blue MAGA makes us feel nuts because we're actual lefty progressives, and we get to talk about stuff and discuss issues, even debate them in a really cool, safe manner. So that's what I've tried to create on this show, and you all have helped me do that. So thank you so much. I know it sounds like I'm taking an award or I'm retiring or something, but just wanted to bring that up. And I'll be tomorrow. We're going early at noon Pacific, I believe, with Martin from Rockfin. We're going to get the details on, what Rockfin does and ask him some cool questions and really celebrate that platform, which has been awesome for content creators, and they don't censor us. So thank you so much. Have a great night. Shave your knuckles for justice. Follow the money. Connect the dots. That's where you find the truth. And that's how you make Gotham great again. Ba-boom.